Hello! Today we're going to be looking at some Foxeer patch antennas, but just before we get into it, a quick reminder, please like or dislike this video if you did like it, comment down below, don't forget to subscribe and click on the little bell icon if you want to find out when I'm uploading stuff. So what have we got here? We've got two Foxeer Echo patches, and I have to say I was a little bit surprised on how this is sold, because it's actually sold as a set and the wording on it is a little bit ambiguous. So it kind of sounds like one's for the goggle and one's for the drone. That's not true. They've described it as antenna feeder FPV goggles, and the other one is antenna SMA male for RC drone. These are directional patches, neither of which should go on your drone itself. They're both for going on the goggles or your ground station. The fact they sell it as a double pack is a bit weird, but you can save money that way just in case you need to, but they also do them individually, thank goodness. So make of that what you will. Anyway, what we've got in here is basically two variants of the same thing. This is the first one. They are available in several colours, just to match. And this is basically on a little SMA stalk. You could kind of have it sticking out of your goggles like that, but I kind of think the one for this type are your situation where the antenna needs to come out the top, like a ground station thing, or in this case here, I've put these on these Fox goggles. You see, you've got enough space to bend that forward and get the right sort of angle. Conversely, the other one is very much a goggle antenna. I've got this one in white. I think they come in red and black as well. And what you also get in this one, which is really handy, well, you get two extra things. Firstly, you get this little 45-degree adapter. And this is so you can make sure you've got the very best angle. And as it's quite a little struggle doing that, they give you this tiny little plastic spanner. It looks like it's from a kid's toy. As you see there, that little 45-degree adapter allows me to basically look forward. Obviously you'd be matching this up with some sort of omnidirectional antenna like a Banggood or a skew or something like that. And that makes it a little bit hard to test, because in a diversity system you wouldn't just want to run on a patch unless it was like the old days. In the old days I used to use like a 3.5 turn helical on a single receiver and basically head track to keep my plane in the go. These days it's more about getting the best possible picture you can whilst flying, you know, a quad around or whatever. But so I'm going to go out and I'm going to test this with like a Banggood, my normal one, just to see how it is. I'll put the RSSI bars on screen, and that will give you an indication of, you know, if we're getting a decent signal from it at least. So yeah, let's go out and try it and see what happens. Okay, so we got the Foxeer patch installed on the goggles, and I'm going to be flying this one where I've just been testing the new RunCam Phoenix. So we've got a pretty good benchmark to how it does look, and that's frightening. Let's check it out, see how it is. I've got the RSSI bars on just in case it gives us a clue about the strength of the signal we're getting. So off we go, and if you watch the review of the RunCam Phoenix Oscar Edition, you know that there was a problem. It looks like some sort of lens element issue which is causing the sort of pictures to jump around a bit. So ignore that bit, and we will be getting a replacement camera from RunCam soon. I'm using the Owl RX module here, which I reviewed not long ago, and I've put the bars on just so I can make sure I'm generating some actual content for the patch. In this situation, the A antenna is the Omni, the B antenna is the patch, and you'll see that a lot of the time the Omni is getting the lion's share of the signal there, which is because it's directional and I'm sort of facing out towards the tree. So what I thought I'd do is turn myself around and try and face in a direction I could fly. I don't know if you guys have ever done this. You have to sort of look at yourself first person to see if you're matching up with the direction, and I can see that I am there, and so I can fly it this way. And this should generate a much stronger signal on the patch and a weaker one on the Omni, so at least we know we're getting stuff direct from the patch antenna. And it's hard to say much about this other than, yes, it's coming from the patch. The signal looks good, and everything's fine essentially. As you'd expect, it's directional, and if we fly behind it, you'll see that the signal from the patch here drops way off, which is why you want to be flying with diversity, and you want an Omni and a directional antenna, exactly as we've got here. As we come back into the zone again, you'll see the signal from the patch goes up, the signal from the Omni goes down, etc. But yeah, that was pretty good. Not a problem at all. I've also used the other version of the patch on the Toby Rich goggles, if you saw that review, and I used that to do a 1K plus flight, and you see there's a little bit of static there, but everything is good. The signal holds up pretty well over just 200 milliwatts, not too high up, so yeah, pretty impressed with that. It's all working nicely as designed. So there you go, these little Foxeer patches work quite well, didn't they? I haven't got any special scientific ways of testing these. I haven't got any analyzers or anything where I can check the gain or check the SWR and stuff like that. I just put them on my goggles and see if they look okay. And they looked okay. Well, again, I can't sort of compare them direct to another one and say these are way better, but I would say these work well. They seem pretty good. So if you're after a patch and you don't know where to get one, then maybe check out one of these. The only thing I wouldn't do is buy them in the double pack, because it's a bit pointless. It's like they're both designed as receivers. Unless you've got multiple receiver modules you want them for, then yeah, just buy the one for the goggles or the one for the on a stalk to go somewhere. Anyway, these were supplied for review by Banggood, so thanks very much to Banggood, and you can find links down below, of course, for where you can get these, both as a pair and individually. So I hope that review's been useful, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Well, you've made it to the end of the video, so thanks once again for watching. If you like what you saw, then please consider subscribing, and if you really like what you saw, then be sure to check out the link to my blog for a variety of ways in which you can help support this channel.